Hej og velkommen tilbage til kanalen. Velkommen tilbage til fantastiske Nürburgring. I dag der handler det om det nye selskab, der hedder Vulcan Alpha, og som I alle sammen kender Misha, så er det jo han er jo en af ejerne af det her, og lige om lidt så vil jeg tage jer igennem en lille intro fra Misha. Hvor han forklarer alle elementerne i den her virksomhed og hvordan den hænger sammen. Så se med, og så håber jeg, I synes om det. Hej!
Welcome to Vulcan Alpha, our new little engineering dream slash garage startup company. Not a traditional garage in the sense of like to change your oil or brake pads, because we want to do like really custom and high-tech engineering products. So we utilize lots of technologies like 3D scanning, 3D printing, all customization. So let me show you some practical examples. We have here a big 1 cubic meter big wrap 3D printer that can print up to 1 cubic meter volume, which is quite big, so you can print full fenders or wings. We'll show it to you in a bit. We can print in 10% carbon fiber, which is great for things such as air ducts or brake cooling ducts, which is heat resistant. We can print also medical material. Actually, we have a medical customer now who asks us like, hey, can you do something for medical robots? Okay. So we're not only limited to automotive, basically. So that's here the big boy. Then we have a smaller resin printer that can do higher detailed but also sturdier parts. This is also sturdy, but for example this was printed on the resin printer. What is this? It looks a bit silly, but I'll explain. This is a prototype of an engine valve cover. A half of it, because the other half is being now curated in a UV light. So the second half is being done now here. The bottom part is a 4G63 engine from a Lancer Evo. The top part resembles a Lancia Delta Integrale, because the customer has a Lancia Delta Integrale with Evo engine, so it goes on top and looks like a Delta. Now, he made a custom valve cover that he wanted on top, and before he's gonna put it to through CNC, to actual metal, and spend 2,000 euros, we created the file to see if it works. Make a prototype. He puts it. Okay, the file works. So the actual design works. I like the way it looks. Now it can go to CNC, and it will be done.
Does he use any CNC or?
He will. Well, I mean, we can do it for him, or we can do it for whatever. But I mean, if he would have to go to CNC and something that is wrong with the file, or he doesn't like the way it looks from the visual perspective, then he spent 2,000 euro for nothing. Now he does a small investment of roughly like 300 to 400 euros.
Perfect.
It works, and then of course he's a one-off guy who wants to do 2,000 euro parts. But if they're like, you have maybe like 50 GT3 RS owners, or maybe it could be so much more, then the prototyping becomes a lot lesser when it comes to expenses and the costs.
Impressive.
Practical example. So we installed the oil cooler on our Spice project. By the way, this is just our baby project. We have a bigger one that I'll show you in a bit. We scanned the area with our 3D scanner. We modeled the air intake. We 3D printed the air intake. We 3D printed with the resin printer the mounts for it. And the whole process from nothing to modeling, to printing, to installing took us about 6 hours.
Incredible.
And if you need to look for a custom-made part,
this is impossible.
It's impossible, and this is why the possibilities of 3D printing, 3D scanning, that's when they come to life.
So you always have this one here?
Yes. This will be well, first of all, of course, for my personal use, because I'm racing this year, like also previously.
But now taking it to the next level.
For sure. But also for customers who are actually like building the cars with us. It's not something that people come here, go to the esports lounge here at the Nürburgring. There, it's actually you can go on the sim. You cannot come here just for the sim. Just want to put it out there. Oh, another thing with the sim, we can 3D scan the car completely and put it in Assetto Corsa, for example. So if you have a car, we could do it. Like, it's not something we'll be doing in the short term, but that's a future thing. This is actually for a speedster, as you can see. This is something that we can offer. So the brake caliper set, the brake discs. We can do carbon ceramic upgrades through our partners with Carbo Brake. We're developing a kit together with them. So this for Porsche. I believe the cost for this is around 4,500 euro for a single disc. If you know Porsche prices, the OE prices is more than double.
So the braking part, just for me to understand,
Yes.
because you don't have any of the development parts here. Oh, you're not developing anything. This is the teamwork you do.
It's a combination of
Yeah,
things.
okay.
So this is of course done by our good partner Carbo Brake.
Yeah.
So we're doing also a lot of data analysis, data comparison also together with them. So there's lots of parts that we also do design.
Yeah.
In this case, this we did not design.
Yeah.
It's their
But you have it as an offer.
We have it as an offer.
Yeah.
We can offer it to them. We can offer custom brake cooling for those kids. We can do also
Okay, of course, now it makes
Abnahme,
sense.
Einzelabnahme, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah,
The calipers will be also branded with our name on it, but brakes is not our specialty. It's something that we'll be testing and also like providing expertise and ideas, etc. Here is something that is ours completely from zero, aero.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not a final thing, because the final thing will be made from carbon fiber.
Ah, okay.
And I'll show to you an example in a bit. So this is 10% carbon fiber. It's very sturdy. It's the smallest wing that we have, or the smallest. Not. This is just like to show you the width of it. It's 120, I believe, and this could be like with TÜV, basically, the small version. It's a bit bigger than the M3 GTS wing. If you don't really care about TÜV, we can do bigger, but probably even this can be done.
Yeah.
If you really do not care about TÜV, we have a 320mm wing with big end plates. And if you absolutely do not care about TÜV, for a dual element wing, because this is the wing basically, this big one, you can see for size comparison, with the second dual element,
which is
with
the
DRS. Yes.
So the DRS you will activate by a button?
There will be two options. There will be two options.
Yeah?
One can be ECU linked, so based on your brake pedal positioning, and the second one will be manually operated if you think like, okay, I just want to be myself in full control.
Yeah.
Or maybe a combination of both as well that can be switchable. That's our prototype end plate for the big one. The second prototype, which is like in a glass, in the matte carbon fiber. And then we will have the option, of course, also of the glossy ones. And here we have a full, I would say, the masterpiece, demo piece of what we could do.
Yeah.
So this started its life as a S13, as Nissan S13.
Yeah.
But the only thing left are the A pillars and the roof.
Yeah.
And then we have, well, the first thing that people look at is of course the engine. It's a VK56. Started its life as a naturally aspirated 5.6, but there are two turbos attached to it, with the exhaust designed by us, and so designed, fabricated by partners by McFab, and then also thermocoated. But this is not, I mean, everyone's talking about horsepower. It will have around 1500 horsepower, great, but it's the other engineering that makes it interesting. So all the pickup points and all the suspension, everything has been designed by us in-house, 3D developed, 3D scans. So it has double wishbone front suspension. It has a custom-made blade type sway bars that can be adjusted from inside the cabin.
Whoa!
Yep. This part has been designed by us completely. The uprights for the wheel. So they need to be sturdy, because you'll be pulling like 3 Gs in a corner on a time attack car. But they also need to be lightweight. They need to be functional, so they can function as they will function as brake cooling. In addition, this also designed by us. The intake completely modeled with CFD, so computer fluid dynamics. When you can see the Lapos name on it, my business partner and engineer, because we didn't have our logo back then, but we'll be having the V2 of this intake that will have our logo, and all the parts will be also, of course, will have laser engraving of that. Yeah, sequential gearbox by some Sonas. On the back you can see the alternator has been put to the back for not only weight distribution, but also because there is just no place in the back. Custom diff. It's actually like a very highly utilized by drifters. So you can actually easily swap it to change the final drive based on the circuit that you will be running. And yeah, the goal is, the dream is to run World Time Attack with it in Australia, but next year this car will compete. It will start in Italian Time Attack, then European here at the Nürburgring, and then if we're good enough, we'll go hopefully get an invite, because it's invite based, to World Time Attack. So the time plan is in September the car should be rolling under its own power, somewhere around 700-800 horsepower. See if all the mechanical components work. Over winter design the full aero, and then go up to 1500 horsepower. So then next year start competing, and yeah, we'll see. Of course, we don't expect building 20 of those cars, or even maybe 10, or maybe even 5 in our lifetime. It's more to show what we can do. We can do really custom engineering solutions, utilizing the latest technology such as 3D scanning, 3D printing, CFD, CAD, what's being utilized by big car manufacturers. But we want to bring it more or less to the mass. You know?
I can't stop thinking, you know, because when you talk, you're so passionate.
Exactly.
Like, it's fucking crazy. And I know kind of your history, right? Because we've been among each other for quite some time. And I mean, how do you feel as a person?
Very happy, very excited, very relieved, because the last weeks and months has been very tough. People who follow my channels know we were waiting for 3.5 months to get a tax number.
I hope you're really proud, man.
I'm very super happy, and what I want to say is, like, we want to create cool stuff for people, just for people who drive the track. But also, I do sincerely believe that something like this is not really widely available here in the area. So we do not want to like take away business from others. We want to work also with other companies.
You bring stuff to the area that's not here.
Yes.
And that's why it's just an add-on to this environment we're in.
We want to create cool stuff together for everyone, and have fun on track. Because in a safe way and fast way, in whichever way. Our first project car is actually the Nürburgring Urus from United States. This car is from Italy. We have now a customer that we're working on from Australia. So all over the world, it's really like we love Nürburgring. We understand the importance of TÜV regulation. We want to work beyond that. I love a GT3 RS, but I'm more impressed by a 963 LMP1 car. You know, so that's the idea. So yeah. This is what we build up in 6 weeks. Let's see where we are in 6 years.
I wish you all the best. You know that.
Thank you. Thank you a lot. I know.
Thank you very much for the tour.
Yeah.
Nå, så fik vi set introen lidt fra Misha, og jeg håber, I kan følge med. Jeg er vildt imponeret over alle de ting, som de har fundet på, og hvordan de kan udvikle ting. For mig der er det jo total next level i forhold til, hvad man kan. Men det er fantastisk til området, fordi at det er jo netop, som han siger, det er jo en add-on til, hvad vi laver hernede, eller hvad der er mulighed for. Udover at de har deres åbningsdag i dag, jamen, så er der måske nogle genkendelige biler her i baggrunden, fordi Schmi han er simpelthen på besøg, og han har taget vores allesammens danske Zenvo med. Derudover så har han også den gule Blackseries, så dem tager jeg lige nogle billeder af. Tak for at I ser med. Vi ses. Hej.
Mm-hmm.